Folks, there's not too much I can say about the British government that I haven't said in previous videos. But I will say that their government is continuing their unadulterated capitulation to Islamic activists simply for the avoidance of being called racist and Islamophobic. Hey everybody, thanks for joining me once again. For MRC-TV, I'm Nick Kangadis. A British soldier is in the process of being discharged from their army because he took a selfie with Tommy Robinson, who the UK media have overwhelmingly labeled far right. They do this to demonize a man who has publicly said that he's not anti-Muslim, but anti-radical Islam. There's a big difference between the two. They do this to demonize Robinson, who has been attempting to shed light on the Muslim grooming gangs that have ravaged places like Rotherham, where an estimated 1,400 children were discovered to be victims of sex abuse over a period of 16 years. Facets of law enforcement and the government covered up the abuses because of the same fear of being called racist and/or Islamophobic. The move to discharge the soldier was spurred on by the Muslim Council of Britain, who reportedly accused Robinson of, quote, remaining silent on the sacrifices Muslims and others made in the 2 world wars. What the hell does that have to do with anything? Are you that insecure that you need constant affirmation as to your previous alleged achievements? If you want to bring up World War II, maybe we should talk about Nazi Adolf Hitler's admiration of the Islamic world. In fact, historian and distinguished professor of modern European history at the University of Maryland, Jeffrey Herf's 2014 book, Nazi Propaganda for the Arab World, Herf documented the 1941 meeting between Hitler and the Grand Mufti of Jerusalem, Hajj Amin al-Husseini, who is said to have been, quote, the most important Palestinian leader from the 1920s through the 1940s. According to the New English Review's overview of Herf's book, they noted that Hitler granted the Mufti's wish to extend the, quote, final solution of the Jewish question, unquote, to the Jews of Palestine. The two were even mentioned to be, quote, ideological soulmates. To be fair, a decent amount of Muslims did fight against the Nazi regime, but the connections to Hitler speak very loudly. As far as the discharge of the soldier is concerned, UK publication Metro attempted to downplay the move by saying that soldiers would have broken the rules and been held to the same standard if they had chanted British Prime Minister Theresa May or Labour Party leader Jeremy Corbyn's name in the same way that chanting Robinson's name would be forbidden. They also tried to smear the soldier by saying that he had a, quote, long record of disciplinary problems, and a source told Sky News that the soldier's involvement was, quote, the straw that broke the camel's back. But that assertion was seemingly contradicted by comments that an Army spokeswoman told Sky News. She said, far-right ideology is completely at odds with the values and ethos of the armed forces. The armed forces have robust measures in place to ensure those exhibiting extremist views are neither tolerated nor permitted to serve. So which is it? Would the soldier have been punished in the same fashion no matter what public figure they took a picture with? Or are they punishing this particular soldier because he took a picture with someone the media have painted as far right? It wasn't enough that the British government unjustly threw Tommy Robinson in jail for reporting on a Muslim grooming gang trial where he was essentially tortured to the point that he lost 42 pounds in about 3 months. It wasn't enough that the British government continues to go after Robinson for the sole purpose of throwing him back in jail. Now they target anyone who even takes a picture with someone the government doesn't agree with.
Leading members of the military have been briefing all of their soldiers all over the country to tell them that they're not allowed to follow me on Facebook. And any of them that want to share my views, there's no place for them in the army.
It's a sad state of affairs to see a once culture-rich country devolve into a virtue-signaling shell of its former self. Freedom of speech doesn't exist in the UK, and they prove it on almost a weekly basis. The UK's repeated capitulation to radical Islamists just shows how soft and weak they have become, all to the detriment of the British people. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up or a like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and beat the crap out of that notification bell so you know when MRC-TV comes out with a new video. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. For MRC-TV, I'm Nick Kangadis.